sure. But if Ray or John loses their job today, you're not going to give them a call at home and pat them on the back and say, hey buddy, you know, you'll be okay in a couple of weeks and things will work out. That ain't going to happen. But as you get down on that food chain, you know, regardless if it's area managers or direct supervisors, you know, down to group leaders, whoever, on a group leader level, you know, you can talk to that person like it's somebody standing next to you, because basically it is. You know, they can't hire you, fire you, or tell you what to do. They're there to organize your work. The step up from there, the supervisor, yeah, he's a busy guy. You know, my supervisor in particular, Shane, I think he's a decent guy. You know, a lot of people may think not, but I get along with him well. I see eye to eye to him on a lot of issues, and you know, he seems to be pretty reasonable with most things, unless of course it's going to affect production, where his bonus comes in, and yeah, then like anybody, he's going to do what he has to do for his paycheck. So it's yeah, it's kind of a flip of a coin, you know.
Yeah. For the most part, it does. It's using a lot of the muscles and same motions, and it's easy to tire if it's a long week sometimes, and basically hours and on your feet all day.
And you spend a lot of energy, but you don't get a lot done. Just like it is when we use time as an excuse. And we say, I would, but I don't have that time. And I'm so busy, and then we feel so important. And then we spend our time talking about how we don't have time. So it goes like this. I would, but I don't have the time. I would, but I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I don't have time. I would, but I don't have the time. I would, but I don't have the time. I would if I could, but I can't, so I won't. I don't.
I guess to be bluntly obvious, every day I walk into that building and punch that clock, I start feeling sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
And I honestly do. By halfway through the day, I'm literally so tired. It feels like I'm in, you know, watching a science video the senior year with all the lights off, and you're trying to keep your eyes open so you don't end up in detention. You know, I mean, your head's bobbing, you don't know what to do, you can hardly keep your eyes open, you have a headache, you feel terrible. When I punch that clock to walk out the door at 11 o'clock, I feel like somebody just hit me with a shot of adrenaline, like I can go run 5 miles, or, you know, like I can stay up another 8 hours if I'm going home to do something that I'm interested in doing. And it's just amazing psychologically what a job like that can do to you, because you just flat out don't want to be there. And some people may like their job. You know, I don't hate my job, but I don't like what my job's doing to me now. You know, so
Then there's another kind of person that they want out, but they're not going to do it until life throws them a curveball. For some people, that may be a death in the family. For others, it may be a midlife crisis. It may be a horrible divorce. For me, it was sanitation. I got shipped back to the pasta department on 3rd floor where they cook the macaroni and cheese, you know, the blue box. And
I get a paycheck every week. It's about the best I can do on that one.
depends on what day it is. It's tough to be in that position, work with hourly union employees, and consider your job rewarding, because any one of us can say, hey, I'm going to go in there and put 100% in every day, but that's not going to get you anywhere. You know, you can work 100% next to the 63-year-old disabled lady, or the, you know, guy that just spent all night shooting up or drinking down a 12-pack of beer, and you're carrying their weight. You know, now you're not just an employee, you're the guy that's doing everything, and you're looking to your right while they're giving each other back rubs, or, you know, telling their little girlfriend secrets, and here you're busting your tail. So I started out thinking my job was real rewarding 3 years ago. You know, I liked getting it, I liked doing it, seeing the end result. You know, I could go down and check my parts at the end of the night and say, wow, You know, I painted at 94% first pass yield on 1,200 parts for tonight. That's great. You know, I did really good. Now, you know, 3 years in, granted you're not going to intentionally make mistakes unless you're trying to paint with your eyes shut, which we do occasionally do.
It can be rewarding at times, but sometimes it's just the same thing all the time. That there's no way to advance
Yeah.
on certain jobs and to move forward.
Get you. So yeah. So some days my job is rewarding, depending on what the position is. Excuse me. It's rewarding personally, as far as anybody else giving you any kind of pat on the back for a job well done. 3 years in running, I haven't seen it once. You know, so it's just what it is. There are much other things in life that are rewarding. My floor covering business, for instance. You know, I've been concentrating on Mercury, but I do other things. We can walk into a building that, say, the iron workers or the framers and the carpenters or electricians, plumbers, whoever have been locked in that building for 7 months. They create the entire thing. In walks the floor covering guy, okay? Lay down the flooring. No sooner do you get that done, that's when everybody comes out of the woodwork and goes, that is just amazing. You guys do awesome work. And these poor other guys that were there for 6 months and were there for 3 days are furious. You know, that sort of work is rewarding because, you know, not that we're doing the job. We can do anything. We threw down some carpet on some floor, you know, but it's that final touch that you see. You know, when you drive by a home and look at it, you can't see inside the house. You can't see the framework. I don't care who framed that thing. You know, it could have been your 8-year-old little brother, or it could have been, you know, Gail Burt. You know, it doesn't matter. But what they're going to see is the roof and the siding, you know, or more of the hands-on type stuff. So that type of work, I think, is rewarding. You know, the floor covering aspect of what I do is very rewarding. But Mercury, I can't see where there's been maybe, I could count them on one hand, how many times I felt as though my job was rewarding in the past 6 months. If we've been in a toolbox meeting, we have those maybe once or twice a month. He'll come in and say, hey, you know, you guys have been painting really good. You know, he'll address the group as a whole and, you know, give the little thumbs up and then move on to the rest of the things. But no, it's never been personally having anybody come up to you and say, hey, listen, you know, I know you guys had some problems last night. You worked through it, did a great job, you know, thank you. No, it doesn't happen.
I'd make sure I finished school so I could do something that I would enjoy more so than. I mean, this is gonna sound stupid, but like I get paid good money to do a crappy job. It's still a crappy job, but I still get paid good money. It's like I now work at Walmart, which is a crappy job, and you get crappy money. I get good money, but I just still do a crappy job. It's just the way it is.
All different kinds of people. You know, that's all it comes down to. And sometimes you get lost. You know, you walk into that place, you don't feel right. And that's where I'm at right now, you know. And I got into it with somebody there also at work. And, you know, somebody playing the tough